described that. That was just absolutely spectacular.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Donnelly, voice of the Charlotte Rush. We're in the Charlotte Rush coach's office here on this Wednesday, October the 18th. It's our midweek report, and we're going to talk Charlotte Rush Premier Hockey right now with the head coach, general manager, part owner of the Charlotte Rush, and that, of course, is Ryan Crothers. Ryan, a lot of travel for you guys the last month, and just coming off a big showcase in suburban Illinois, long way away. Are the guys a little bit weary or hanging in with the travel so far?
So far, so good. It's been a long time on the road, and we still have a long way to go on the road. It's a while before we play home again. So we're getting used to it. I think it's good for team bonding. I think it's good for team chemistry, and it'll be nice to play at home towards the end of the season. But right now, we're definitely going through some long trips. Guys are starting to feel it a little bit as far as sickness goes and stuff. But our morale is up. We like the way we're playing hockey right now. So all in all, it's been so far so good as far as this road trip goes.
Great, and wow, the showcase for the Charlotte Rush Premier team, 4 big wins. They were very dominant wins. Ryan, we're going to talk about those in just a minute, but there have been a couple of player personnel moves with the goaltenders, and one guy coming up from the elite team. Update us on that, please.
Yeah, we brought in Drew Benedict, goaltender that was very good in our league last year up in Boston. I started in the NCDC league in Rochester. He came in. He's done well for us so far. Getting acclimated to our culture and the way we do things here, I think is a little bit different from what he's been used to in the past. But he's an older presence in our net, 20-year-old guy. So we're excited to have him. And then obviously Best has been out for a little bit. He's getting his rest, and he's coming back from a minor injury. So he's still on our roster as far as goaltending goes. And then Dominic Rodriguez solidifies our crease at the premier level right now. We did bring up Joey Farrow 2 weeks ago in Potomac to play on Sunday. He had an extremely solid and strong game at both ends of the rink. We thought he deserved the chance to stay up there, and we gave him the opportunity to play another game in Chicago, and he came with another strong performance. Then we allowed him to get another game and another strong performance and another, and before he knew it, he's played the last 5 Premier games in a row. If he continues to do that, he'll continue to stay on the Premier roster. We're really impressed with him. He's a guy that's been with us for 2 years now, and he trains with us in the summer, and he's starting to reap the benefits, and he's starting to play the way we expect him to play, and it's good. He kind of brought a shot of life into that lineup that we needed, so we're really excited for Joey. And aside from that, we're expecting some new additions over the next probably week or so, or maybe sooner. But we're definitely looking to add probably 2 to 3 more pieces in the next week.
All right, fans, so stay tuned for that. We'll be excited to see what develops on that front. And Ryan, quick word. I know that when a Joey Farrow comes up in the middle of the season, but when guys come up like the Chris Dunns and the other guys that have made their way up, the Chandler Judds, the Mark Kishkos, I know you and Trevor have to be really happy to see that development right in front of your own eyes.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we're trying to get to this point since we started the program 3 years ago. We thought there was a bit of a gap year just because of the level of talent that was here when we started 3 years ago. We couldn't have that natural progression. I think we're slowly getting there. Like the names you mentioned, they've all made the jump up, and they've been successful at our level. So it shows we're developing players the right way, and that the elite level serves a really good purpose to develop these players and move them up. I think we take a different approach than maybe some of the elite teams we've seen already this year with some older guys on the roster. We're fairly young, really young in my opinion, but it's working, and we feel next year that we have a very, very strong and solid group of guys that can just make the leap and almost come up as a true team for the most part. So we're excited about that group of guys and what they could potentially do, but it's a long time between now and then, and they have a lot to learn, and then they have to go through an off season and see what guys do. But we're happy with the way our program is formulating into a true development ladder, so definitely happy about that.
Good news from Ryan Crothers, the head coach of the Charlotte Rush Premier team, as we're in our midweek report talking Charlotte Rush Premier Hockey. Wow, Ryan, 4 wins in the showcase. You outscored your opponents 26-5. Just some individual performers we can't talk about it all, but Grant Gallo had a couple of goals in one game. Brendan McCormack had 2. Connor Tuttle had a hat trick in one game. I mean, just about everything went right for you that could possibly go right.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of factors that play into it, but I really like the way that we stepped up. I thought our D-corps did an excellent job limiting opportunities for the opposing team, which is why I think we only gave up 5 goals over the weekend. And then I think they contributed offensively too. They're playing with a new confidence about them from the back end. They're more of a solidified D-corps this year. And I was excited to see those guys have success. Those are guys that have been with us for a while, so to see them step up on a big stage like a showcase is important, and for the other guys to see how you're supposed to show at these events. These are important events for our guys to move up to college and stuff like that. So to have your older guys that have been around step up and take a leadership role and play the way they're supposed to is huge for the whole roster. It just trickles down to everybody. So that was good up front. You know, a lot of guys contributed. I thought Tyler Dill's performance over 4 games was extraordinary. Was a true captain and a leader, and played extremely well. And you know, Barrow, and I mean all the way down. I mean, you could go through our whole lineup. There was some enormous penalty kills that we had to kill off, and the Chandler Judds and Dakota Davis has stepped up. So all around, it was a great weekend for us. Excited about the 4 wins, but more excited about finding our identity and playing the way we want to play.
And Ryan, the one game against the Rhinos, 81 shots on goal. Did the players think they were an amusement park at a shooting gallery, or was it real hockey out there? What happened in that 81-shot game?
You know, I think it was just it was the first game of the day, last day of the showcase for guys to kind of show what they can do. And I think it might have been, I don't know if the shots were off. It could have been 80. I'm not sure, but I think it was a very kind 80 shots. I think we were just sticking to our game plan, shooting pucks, going to the net for rebounds. I mean, we only scored 7 goals on 80-something shots. I thought their goalie did a very good job, and I just thought we were just kept putting pucks at the net and pucks at the net, and that's what we want to start doing more of. So definitely happy with that. You know, the Rhinos competed for a solid 50 minutes, but I thought the way we played hockey was extraordinary that day.
I'll tell you what, those 2 goalies for the Rhinos, they saw more rubber in that game than an Akron, Ohio tire salesman. But anyway, great win for you, Ryan, on that one. And last question, we jump back in our division now, playing the Richmond Generals, and we've always played very well in that building, and I know you're hoping the guys will do the same this weekend.
Richmond is a very tough opponent. I mean, they play hockey hard, they play fast, they play physical. It is a tough building to play in, and I think that's why our guys like playing there. It's a different environment. Richmond teams always come ready to play. They're always going to give you your best. I think we're going to get the best from every opponent we play, being that we're trying to defend the championship. So it's going to be no small task for us to go up there. It just gets harder and harder, and teams are getting better and better, but we feel we are too. So I think we're up for the challenge, and we're excited to go back there and just try and keep this train of wins going. We just want to just keep one game at a time and hopefully find a way to climb back in the first place.
Well, Ryan, congrats on the big showcase, 4 big wins, and also good fortune this weekend in Richmond.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Ryan Crothers, head coach of the Charlotte Rush Premier Team, on our midweek report on this Wednesday, October the 18th. Make sure you go to our Charlotte Rush social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also go to our Charlotte Rush YouTube channel as well. A lot of good videos there. Don't forget, Rush back home Saturday, November 4th, Sunday, November 5th, hosting our big rival, the Carolina Eagles. Come out here and support the Charlotte Rush here at the Extreme Ice Center. I'm Tim Donnelly, voice of the Charlotte Rush. Thanks so much for watching.